From east to west, we go for the Hammers as we take the trip to the Brentford Community Stadium to take on a Brentford side who you could say are on the beach, but have a slim, very slim chance of picking up European football come the end of this season. The games are running out, and with this one, it doesn't really have too much significance, does it? As we look ahead already to our all-important Europa Conference League semi-final second leg on Thursday over in Amsterdam, Mike. Oh.
Yeah.
How are you, mate?
Bring on the dam. Yeah, good, mate. Good. Yeah, I think the results weren't too bad for us yesterday. I think it should allow us to make some changes.
Yeah, we are, of course, 14 minutes away from receiving team news to see what David Moyes has done today. But I think the majority of the fan base is hoping and will be welcoming as many changes as possible today.
Yeah, most definitely, mate. We saw Antonio limping off. He's got to be rested. Most definitely. Him and Bowen. I mean, the major four for me, him and Bowen, Rice, Bequeta. I mean, they're the ones for me that have just got to be left at home.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you could take them there and sit them on the bench, but you'd be tempted to use them. You'd be tempted to use them, so just leave them at home. Yeah. Leave them at home. Let them have a nice rest. Put your feet up, lads.
Yeah. I agree.
We got bigger fish to fry on Thursday night.
Exactly, and because we've played a hell of a lot of football this season, we've gone all the way through in the Conference League. We've got through a couple of rounds in the both FA Cup and Carabao Cup. And people forget as well, we've had to play a couple of qualifiers at the start of the season for this Conference League as well. We've played a hell of a lot of games this season. And, of course, there's been the World Cup sandwich in the middle as well. And these players will run out of energy at some point, and we don't want to be risking them for a game like today and then pick up injuries when we then go into, a big semi-final where we are leading in the game and we have control.
Yeah, I mean, it's just... For me, as long as we don't get beaten by too many, because at the moment, I know it's not mathematical, but the goal difference and those couple of draws yesterday, I mean, it would take a miracle for, two teams to overtake us or three teams to overtake us, because that's what it would take. So, we've got to rest these guys. They need a rest. Let's say Antonio, the way he hobbled off, I don't see him being there anyway, full stop. He's got to be rested. Zuma came back and, we did have a few anxious moments when he went down again during the game. But, he's most definitely as well, And Rice, we all know he's got the shoulder injury, and I think it did affect him on Thursday night, to be totally honest.
Yeah. Oh, it did, and Declan Rice especially looked tired, and he didn't quite have that zip about him. Now let's take some of your comments and see what you guys are saying. Afternoon to you all, Miss Hamrat. Thanks for joining us. I hope you are well. Lawrence as well. Hope you keep well. There's a big beaming smile on my face. You can probably guess why, Mike.
Yes. Get in, Jake.
Thank you very much indeed, everybody. Well we have just hit 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. A huge thank you to every single one of you. It's been a mad couple of days. We've fired up a fair few, and we have just hit 5,000. Don't you dare any of you unsubscribe now, because that's going to go because that's updating live. So if any of you unsubscribe, that's going to go straight back down to 4,999. Thank you very much indeed. And Michael, I'd say a huge thank you to you as well. You've always been there.
I'm really chuffed. I'm really chuffed for you, mate. For you and your dad and your mum as well. I know, and they've all put a lot of work in and thoroughly deserve this. Well done. Well done.
Thank you very much. And thanks, of course, everybody who watches, likes, and subscribes, of course, as well. Thank you very much indeed, everybody. So let's see what you guys are saying.
Keep it going, guys. Keep it going out there, guys. Keep clocking them up.
Peter, good afternoon, Jake, Mike, Rich, and the rest of the West Ham family. Hope you are well, Peter. Everybody say thank you very much indeed. This would be pretty boring without all of you. So thank you very much for your contributions in the chat. Thanks, Thunder and Joy, as well. So back to business. We'll come back to that a little bit later on. But back to business and the game we have, of course, and Brentford, a side that are have, had a really good season. I spoke to a Brentford fan yesterday, brought in some good signings like Ben Mee, has played well for them. The Brentford fan yesterday said they're a funny side, and they've had a little bit of a drop off, but since then they're doing okay.
Oh, they've done very well, haven't they? I mean, I think he's a good manager, Frank. I think he's got them organised. They play a certain way. Yeah, I mean, sometimes they can be a bit frustrating to play against. But, yeah, they score goals. They've got Ivan Toney, and, let's face it, there's not many teams that wouldn't take him. If he became available, looking at top teams would taking this guy because, like him or dislike him or whatever he's done outside of football or whatever, the guy scores goals.
I think he scored 20 goals this season.
Yeah. I mean, Brentford, in my mind, they've overachieved. But hey, to be sat, what are they, 10th, are they? They got a chance of probably going 9th today. I mean, that's a fantastic season for them, full stop.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah, they're a side that have, sort of consolidated that spot in the Premier League. They've got a brilliant manager there. In Thomas Frank, and I think their objective is just to continue on each season. Each season they're in the Premier League is to get better, is to go up a couple of places. And at some points this season, I was definitely thinking they're in with a shot of getting Europe. I think they're about 6 points off of that Conference League spot now. So, they may still be in with a chance. They've got a very good side. They're a good setup. And yeah, I think they're a side that are definitely going to stay in the Premier League for a good few more seasons. With that manager there, if they can keep hold of Thomas Frank, I think they'll continue improving.
Yeah, I think that they'll be there or thereabouts. If they get into Europe, Jake, I think that might be tough for them.
Yeah.
We've seen what happened to Brighton last week when they had to play 3 games in a week. They've done really well, Brighton. Don't get me wrong, play some lovely football. But if they get into Europe, they may have a bit of a shock coming to them because, as we know, it's tough. You're playing twice a week, every week. You're playing every Thursday, every Sunday, and if you have a run like we have for 2 years, go deep into competitions. I mean, it takes a massive squad to keep that up.
Yeah.
And I don't think Brentford have quite got that yet, and I don't think Brighton have quite got that yet. Hey, who says they can't build and get more players, and build a bigger squad? But I don't think they got the money to the likes of the other teams that are pushing around there. The likes of Aston Villa, who, are a bigger club and probably got, the chance to spend a bit more money. So it was interesting. I take nothing away from Brentford. They've done really well, and they've won a lot of good games. They've beaten a lot of top sides, and they cause any team a problem for sure.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Let's take some more of your comments then. Hope you are all well. Middlesbrough 0-0, of course, is the playoff semi-final first leg. Middlesbrough versus Coventry. 0-0 half-time, should be winning for them, says usual suspects. That's interesting. We'll keep an eye on that. I think Sunderland won yesterday. So they are ahead against Luton. Let's hope Moyes rests at least 6 key players. Yeah, I would take that. Rest as many as possible. We are 6 minutes away from receiving official team news. Brentford are not a one-man team. They're not. They're a well-oiled machine.
No, they're a good unit. They're a good unit. And they're not just all about Tony. I mean, he's icing on the cake for them.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got a decent team. I just don't think they've got a depth of a squad. That's all.
No, I agree, 100%. So let's see what else you were saying. Me was a great free signing for them, and they are quite a good physical side. Danny Ings up front, we'd expect today. So will he cause them some problems? I don't know. I thought he was a little bit better on Thursday night when he came on. He probably did his job better than he has done before, where he couldn't do it much worse, if I'm being honest. So, hopefully that might give him some confidence, because I'd expect him to start today. I don't think he'll start Mubam. I'd love him to, but I don't think he will. Apache says even before Leeds and Forest draws yesterday, Opta gave West Ham a 0.01% probability of getting relegated. We're safe. I think it's mathematical. If we win today, there's not a chance we're getting pulled back down into it. Shame the Leicester versus Liverpool wasn't on yesterday. Yeah,
I agree with Peter there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because we would know then, because let's face it, with our goal difference, Leeds can't catch us if they, you know, I mean, they got a turn, I think it's about 13 or a 14 goal swing round. And if we lost both and they won both, you know, I mean, that's highly unlikely because they've got toughish games as well. And if they don't score many against us, I mean, they've got Tottenham the last game. Okay, Tottenham could be on the beach as well. Yeah. But I don't see them turning that around. Leicester against Liverpool. Liverpool have come into a bit of form lately. So I see that as a tough game for them. And even their other games aren't easy. It's the same with Everton as well. You know, they've all got tough games.
Yeah. Obviously, mathematically, now we know that Southampton are down, and you know there's still a few sides that could, you know, flirt and loiter with those last two spaces. Now, I think it definitely will go down to the wire. Right, Mike, I've got some channel stats for you. Are you ready?
Fire away, mate.
So we hit 4,000 subscribers on the 1st of March 2023. That's just 74 days ago. We've accumulated another 1,000 subscribers in 74 days. Thank you very much, all. It's absolutely brilliant.
Thank you all out there. Yeah. Thank you very much.
And the bonus is as well, nobody's unsubscribed, so we've remained at 5,000. Keep it there, keep it there. Rumor is
going up. Want to see it going up.
Come on. I'm gonna leave that there until it goes up one more. Or until we get the lineup. So you got 4 minutes. Somebody make a new account and put another one on there. Rumor saying Tony has got a massive ban coming, wouldn't surprise me. Wally, I hope you well. Is it early, mate? I can imagine it is. The coffee's on. Wally is ready to watch the Hammers, I am sure. This lineup is going to be interesting. If there's a few key players you want to see today, Mike, who would they be?
Well, definitely Rice, Paqueta, Bowen, Antonio for me.
All rested.
All rested. All left at home. Put your feet up. You know, just take a rest and get yourself ready for Thursday. I think Zuma as well. Obviously, it's his first game. It was his first game back, so definitely he's got to have a rest. I don't think we can leave. I don't think we can rest a whole lot, but at least. Oh, you are joking me, Jake. Someone's taking a mickey in there. Come on.
Oh dear. Anyway, carry on. We'll take that off now. The fun's over.
Yeah.
Who has done that?
The fun's over. Someone's had their fun. Joking aside, no. Yeah.
Whee! He's gone back up again.
He's gone back up again, yeah. Someone's playing with us, Jake. Someone's playing with us.
Go on, keep going, mate. Sorry.
Yeah, Ben Rama as well. I think, you know, he deserves a bit of a rest. Ings is on the play with Bamba. Honestly. And hey, one more.
That's it. We're solidified now. That's it.
Relax. Yeah. Ings has definitely got to play. Cornet's got to play in my mind. Fornells has got to play. Downs has got to play. Lanzini's got to play. So there you go. That's resting. If they all play, that's resting 6 players there.
Yeah.
You know. And Ben Johnson's got to play.
Play ball. Yeah. All the fringe players basically out of the squad. You know. Somebody just press subscribe, unsubscribe. Somebody's having a whale of a time there.
They're just going like this on the
button. It's definitely you, James. It wasn't me. Promise, with your little halo, of course.
Yeah.
See, so somebody's messing. And we're back up again. Peter, it's you, isn't it? No, all jokes aside, thank you very much. Someone's messing. Apache says Bowen and Antonio, the 2 unchanged players. We are a minute away from team news, so I will refresh my page on Twitter and get it ready. When do you get your plaque from YouTube, Jake? Do you get off 5,000? If not, we'll have to get you one sorted from us. Or no, it's 100,000 is your first plaque, I think. So we're quite a way off that. We're quite a way off 100,000. If anyone's good at it, it's West Ham Fan TV. So get them the 100,000 plaque, and then we'll worry about me. Someone thinks you're getting too cocky. Was it you, Peter? Do you think that? That graph reacts so quickly. It does. So it's you've just given it away, James. It is you. No. Right. The fun's over now because the lineup is out. I'm going to refresh the page. Let's hope West Ham are on the ball today. Oh, they're not. Come on, admin. Otherwise, I'm going to sack you. refresh. It's 1 o'clock.
Is he not there?
We're waiting. Here we go. Oh, that looks quite good. Fabianski, Johnson, Aguerd, Ogbonna, Emerson, Souček, Downs, Fornals, Lanzini, Cornet, and Danny Ings. Cornet and Ings are starting. I tell you what, I don't mind that at all. I do not mind that at all.
Well, it's basically what I'm shouting, isn't it? I mean, yeah, I'm going with that. Who's on the bench? Who's on the bench, Jake?
Yeah, they're all on the bench. Ariola, Benrahma, Bowen, Creswell, Kera, Mubama, Paqueta, Rice, and Zuma.
Yeah,
on that bench.
I know the likes of Rice wants to play every game, but he knows he's got that shoulder injury. He's got to give it a rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a pretty good looking bench, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it's not bad, is it? So yeah, let's just sort of break down this lineup then. So Fabianski and Goey returns. So I presume that's going to be Johnson at right back. Aguerd retains his spot there, and Ogbonna wears the armband. Emerson comes back in at left back, which was the logical option. Souček, just let him play. Just let him play. Downs, I'm happy to see him there. Fornals, I'd expect to be playing probably out on the left, and Lanzini is at number 10.
Lanzini will be in the middle. Yeah.
Cornet out on the other wing, and Danny Ings leading the line. I tell you what, if you offered me that lineup, I'd be taking that, and I'm quite happy that he has taken the hint and he has rotated.
And the thing is, Jake, I mean, it's not like we're playing another relegation candidate or someone that's really going for a top 4 place.
This game has no benefit to anyone.
It's a sort of nothing game, really, in a way. So, I don't think we can get in too much trouble for changing that many players.
Oh wow!
Because,
Ivan Toney misses out today due to a hamstring injury.
You're joking me? Ooh.
Wow!
Does give us a chance.
That is interesting. Yeah. Mike, do you want to have a look at the Brentford lineup?
Yeah, fire it up, mate.
Raya as captain, Hickey, Pinnock, Ben Mee, Henry and Janelt, Jensen, Damsgaard, Mubemo, Shade and Visa. Visa played well at our place last season, as did Mubemo, if I could get it out, as well. So, I mean, obviously, as I said, Tony missing out with a minor hamstring injury, they've just tweeted out. That is absolutely massive. That's
a bonus.
Yeah, that is a bonus.
Yeah. I'm hopeful, even with that team. Honestly, that's still not a poor team that we're putting out now. That's still a half decent team that is capable of getting a result, maybe a draw. But I mean, you could bring one of them off the bench. I wouldn't want to see Rice or Paqueta coming on, to be honest. But you could bring someone on like for 10 minutes at the end if it was tight and if we're losing 1-0 with a chance of getting an equaliser. So I'm quite happy with it, Jake. Yeah, I'm taking that all day. Mate.
I hear that Shade is quick, says P Gaz. Well, that's not very good, is it? we don't deal with pace very well. Let's have a look at their subs bench then. Cox, that might be me. De Silva, Zanka, Godos, Onika, Ajay, Baptiste, Roosevelt, and Steve as well. I don't know barely any names on there apart from De Silva and Ajay, but there might be some weapons to come off the bench there, Mike. Who knows?
Yeah, we don't know a lot about that bench, do we? Really, to be totally honest. But hey, I'm just happy, that we've done what we've all wanted, and that's to give those guys a rest. Yeah,
that is the key. That is the key thing. Right, let's have another check out of what's happening. Oh, we've gone back down, just one, back to 5,000. That's okay, as long as we stay there.
As long as we stay there, that's all right.
Yeah. That is fine. Let's see some of your comments then. Congrats, Jake, on your 4,999 subscribers. Yeah, well.
I don't think so,
Somebody will do it in a minute. Yeah. You've just added yourself in, James. You've just added yourself in. I'm surprised that there's only 121 on the bench. Mike, do you share that thought?
Yeah, I am. Because it was on there the other night. I think Potts was on there the other night, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was,
Yeah. I'd like to see him giving a go.
For sure.
Muamba, definitely. The other lad, was it Coda?
Kadua.
Kadua scored that lovely chip goal against Arsenal. Yeah, they're on it again, aren't they? Yeah.
Right, I'm going to take that off now because she's taking the back.
Yeah. So, I would like to see 3 or 4, maybe give it on there, and the rest just told to go down and put the feet up at home. But yeah, I suppose it's still it's a squad thing, isn't it? They're all together still. You know what I mean? Even if they're on the bench, it keeps it keeps them together. So I can see that side of it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we all really expected to see all of them not involved today in some capacity. They were always all going to be on the bench. He was never going to let 6 of them just stay at home. Back at the 5,000. Thanks, guys. So they were probably always going to be on the bench. So as long as they don't get too many minutes, players have played so much football this season. This is such an irrelevant game of football that we just don't need it. We just don't need them. And if we lose 2-0, quite frankly, I don't think any of us particularly care, to be honest.
No.
If we lose, fair enough. As long as we don't get battered, I don't care too much. As long as the players that are crucial don't play too much, and as long as we pick up no injuries, the key players don't play too many minutes, I'll be happy. That's all I want to see today. Moyes listened and rested players. What a time to be alive. Exactly. Mubama for Ings on 61 minutes. Let's hope so. Let's hope he gets some minutes. I want to see Mubama. I think we all do. We could have seen Marshall and Earthy on the bench.
Yeah.
It's noise, isn't it? It's noise. Tom says, someone tell Johnson to keep his hands to himself. Can't afford to give free kicks away in dodgy areas. I think this is a big game for some fringe players today. Johnson hasn't really proved himself this season.
Yeah, I've felt sorry for Johnson. I've always rated him, to be fair, but he's gone backwards a little bit, I'm afraid. He's still had a couple of games he's come in and he's done okay, but yeah, I think he's still a decent defender. I know he had a nightmare of a game at Brighton defensively, but other than that, he's still a tidy defender. He's just got to work on his ball distribution, I'm afraid. That's what's been lacking. But then at times, I remember when he played left back, last year, and he had 3 or 4 excellent games there, and he was putting balls in the box with his left foot, probably better than with his right. So, I don't know. I still think there's a player there, and I think we got to persist with him. I really do.
Yeah, so, it seems like Moyes has got it right. One thing to mention is that there is no Antonio in the squad. So whether he's just precautionary put him out, or whether they're dealing with the injury there that saw him limping around the place after the game, we will have to wait and see. I can imagine Moyes is going to keep his cards pretty close to his chest ahead of Thursday, because it could massively dictate the way that Altmar play with or without Mikel Antonio involved. So as expected, he's not involved in any capacity today, and hopefully, I think if he's 70 or 80% fit, Moyes will play him on Thursday.
Oh, definitely, yeah. If he's 70% fit, he's out there and he's starting. He might have to come off. He might not last a full game. But Altmar, they play, I think, tonight at 7:00. They still need to get some points to get in there. Because they're 4th in their league. Yeah. So the
issue is with them is they've still got plenty to play for, because they want to sort of solidify Europe again for next season. We've got nothing to play for. They're going to have to be forced today to start one of their better 11s.
Exactly. Like I said, they've still got to go for points. They cannot take the foot off the gas. They have to put out a pretty strong team tonight. You never know. They might pick up an injury or two.
Well, exactly. And of course, in other news today, Nikola Vlasic.
A little dolly, and I'm putting pins in it.
Nikola Vlasic has just scored a stunning goal for Torino. Of course, he is still registered as a West Ham player. Out for 30 yards. He's banged it into the top right-hand corner for Torino. I forgot he was a West Ham player, to be honest.
Yeah, I did. Well, there was talk a little while that we might get him back, because he'd been playing quite well, and then he had a couple of games where I think he was off it a little bit. So he's still a decent squad player, Jake.
We'll see.
If we get back into Europe next year, is another body we might need.
Yeah. So of course, I think there's many many praises going out to Moyes today for what he's done. I think that's very good. He's done what the doctor has ordered today. We're going to see players like Lanzini, and of course the other players are rested. Vlasic is magic everywhere he goes. 1, 2, 3. Antonio has been discovered in bandages like a mummy. I think Ben Johnson needs a run of games to be at his best. Moyes has ruined Johnson moving him here, there, and everywhere in several positions needs to leave for his own good. Yeah, I can't disagree with that too much, to be honest. Wally says, how long is Soufal out for? He did some light jogging this week, we've heard, so maybe we might see him back towards the end of the season. I'm not so sure. Who knows? We'll see.
I saw him after the game, as well, I was walking back over the Hackney Wick. And
did you go for a pint with him? You had a chat? Did you saw him? Yeah, just saw him. Did you, Mike?
Had a chat with him.
Yeah.
No. Saw some of the players coming out afterwards, and he was walking reasonably well. So I mean, Antonio wasn't. He was walking with a heavy limp.
So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed that he'll be fit for Thursday. But prediction, Mike, what are you going for?
I'm hoping on 1-1.
Even at my prediction there as well, so well done.
Sorry, I normally do, don't I, mate?
Yeah, you do.
You gotta go first. Just take
yeah, I will. I even mentioned last week nobody went for my one, and I said it's because Mike's not here. And then Mike comes back, and you've nicked my prediction once again. It's okay. Don't worry. Right, I'm gonna have to think on the spot now. I'm gonna go. I can't predict a loss, so I'm going to go for a 2-2. I don't think we'll win the game. I'll go for 2-2. 0-0, 2-2, 1-1. Any draw, I'll take it, as Terry would say. Yeah. Any draw, let's have it. Peach would say 5-1 West Ham. We certainly would. I tell you what, if we see that today, then we will be having a party. 5,000, 5-1 as we move on. As Apache says, the sun is shining. Cornetto weather, a good omen, hopefully. Big game for him today as well. Maxwell Cornet.
Yeah, it is. He needs minutes, though. To be fair to the lad, he needs minutes on the pitch. We haven't really seen what he can do, and he's not really been given a chance to show what he could do. There's been a couple of games recently where he could have had a run out, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But, Moyes watches him every day in training. He knows something. He knows more than we do, doesn't he?
He does. He does. Well, Mike, what were the odds of Tony being injured today, eh?
Well, it's a bit of luck.
That's quite good for me, wasn't
it? You were on it, mate. Yeah, I don't know. I think he 150 to 1, I think it
was. I'm laughing at my own joke now.
Oh, well done.
What's it coming to? 3-2 says P. Gads. Tom says, I sometimes think the players play well in spite of Moyes, not because of him. He has played, Tom says he has played men out of their favourite positions and failed to get the best out of them. Yeah, I think Johnson's a huge culprit for that. So I do feel for him in a way, but I've never really seen it there. From a couple of games I've went, he can be that player, but he just hasn't given me enough. 2-1 West Ham, says James. Tom says 1-0 to us, probably a penalty after VAR, but a VAR luck wouldn't help today, would it? Peter says any Brentford players up for contract renewal, something possibly to play for. That's a good point as well. Come the end of the season, maybe something to play for in that sense as well. Thinking outside of the box, Peter. I like it. Mike, give us some final thoughts then.
Yeah, I'm just happy with the team he's put out there. He's resting the right guys. We know we got bigger fish to fry on Thursday, but hey, there's a chance for others to show what they can do, and hopefully we can still get a result today.
Let's hope so. Of course, we will have our roving reporters at the Brentford Community Stadium today. We'll have some sort of footage sent through to us. That'll be uploaded straight to the channel, so keep an eye out for that. And we'll be back on the full-time whistle, hopefully with smiles on our faces, with maybe West Ham picking up the 3-1 point, or just no injuries will be a win for us today. We'll take that for sure. Mike, there's only one thing left to say.
Yeah. Come on, you guys.
And thanks for 5K. We'll see you soon, guys. Bye-bye. Cheers.
See you later, guys. See you later, mate.